I'm Gemma, and this is a Chat with Gemma. My little round light thingy that I paid $15 for, I'd like to point out, is sort of playing up, so it might be on its last legs, I don't know. Anyway, we'll see what happens, won't we? But it's a bit hard to do videos without a proper light because you just fade into the background otherwise. So my topic is losing someone. Cheery, isn't it? But it's a funny expression, isn't it? Because it's not really like as if you just went off for a walk in the bush and then, oh, where did he go? It's, they're gone forever. And it's very hard to kind of, I don't know, our minds sort of play various tricks on us, and as you know, I've been watching my videos. My father died recently, and he was very old, and my mother died in 21, and she was old as well. And so, can't compare with people who've lost a parent or even sometimes both parents when they were children. I mean, just awful. But just sort of observing myself, it's kind of interesting how I can just be going along and everything's very, very normal. And I don't know, a thought comes to me, or I think about how things used to be, or whatever it is. And all of a sudden I'm in a different emotion. But you do have to kind of swim in that for a while, and then it passes. So if that's of any encouragement to people going through something at the moment, that, your mind can sort of, I don't know, it's got to go through it. It's like a computer. It's got to go through certain processes. And so it brings up things and confuses you, and you're like, what am I thinking of that for? And then, and why have I got this mood now? And all of that. And I don't know, it's just something I think it's doing of its own accord a lot of the time. And so, these moods can come, these emotions can come that are not necessarily enjoyable. And so, but they do, just observing myself anyway, they do kind of come and then go. And you can surprise yourself because you can, not long after, feeling really, maybe even been crying or something, or even, ringing up somebody and telling them how bad you feel. You could be laughing at something on the TV or the, on YouTube or something. So maybe that will help people. I hope it will. But life's a heavy burden at times, and I used to live with a woman who she's a very religious woman, a very good person, much more good than I am. And she would say that life is a gift. And I used to say that life is an affliction. So I had a different kind of viewpoint on that. But, people, I suppose some people who are religious, they kind of, I don't know whether they believe that life is really a gift, or that kind of fits in with the way they think they've got to believe before God. I don't know, but I'm just much more grumpy than that. So I sort of, have my complaints to God from time to time. I remember a lovely guy that I just loved this guy, and we would meet each other at the gym very, very regularly, and he suffered, like myself, from depression. And it had some, pretty bad things happen in his life, and it was some heavy things, really heavy things happened to him in his life. And he said to me once, everybody wants to die. I don't think that's quite true, but there are a lot of people who do feel that way, and maybe don't talk about it enough. And one of the reasons perhaps they don't talk about it is because we watch so much television, don't we, and YouTube videos and whatever it is, And the thing that is kind of the norm now is for people to put on this big smile and just talk about life like it's the most fantastic thing. And when you don't necessarily feel that way, that's it makes you feel like, oh, well, I better not talk about this because other people clearly don't feel that way. But the thing you probably realised from Facebook is that a lot of people, I won't say all, but I could, maybe, maybe all, a lot of people that post a lot on Facebook do have that kind of, well, look at me and my family, or look at us on our outing, or look at us at our beautiful restaurant having, look at the food, and all that stuff. So I think it does put people who are heavily burdened and carrying around this weight through their lives. It's just kind of sitting there waiting to go rah and grab you with the latest negative emotion and unpleasant feeling. You can kind of feel isolated and a bit different to everybody else, and I better not say that I'm feeling this or that because that's unusual. But please know it is not. So many people are even contemplating suicide much of the time. They don't go and do it, but, they do periodically think about it. And, I've had moments where I've not thought about doing it exactly, or, planned to do it, but I have thought how wonderful it would be to just be able to stop existing. Now, I happen to know that when you die, you don't stop existing. So I know that to commit suicide is just making things worse. You're just now outside of your body, but the problems aren't solved. So if you're, really planning to do that, it's going to make it worse if you commit suicide. Please don't do that. And yes, this world is pretty rotten, but there are a lot of solutions to be found. So, and one of those things is to actually talk openly and honestly, and to know that you are absolutely not alone if you're just weighed down with grief, that you don't feel like your thought processes are normal anymore, that your emotions are all over the place, and maybe you even feel physically unwell at times, and you might not be able to get out of bed in the mornings. You might find it just very hard. You're really tired all the time and not really have a physical reason for that. And that's one of the symptoms of despair and depression and all of that. So it's always a good idea to look for those things that are in the earth, because God has gone to a lot of trouble to put in the earth various solutions to problems. So go out and get them. And yeah, don't expect to be living life with a great big grin on your face, because your face is going to get tired anyway. I mean, who needs that? Just be honest with yourself and everybody else. And if there are people who tell you to stop talking about your problems, or if they tell you to stop being a misery guts, that sort of thing, I would say those are just very shallow people. And God bless them and all of that, but you don't have to have anything to do with them. And you don't have to listen to them, and you don't have to let their assessment of you be your assessment of you. If you're going through a lot of suffering, you don't need anybody making snide remarks to you. You need a lot of love, and you need a lot of blessings for God. And may God give you healing and give you peace of mind and peace in your body as well. peace in your emotions. May He give you some understanding. May He explain Himself to you. We never hear about God explaining Himself to us, do we? And remember that Jesus' own words were my yoke, mine. The yoke, if you don't know what that is, that went round the oxen's neck so that they could pull a weight in a carriage thing. My yoke is easy and my burden is light. So if it's not that, then guess who it's from? It's not from Jesus. So talk very strongly to Jesus about that. Like, hello, Jesus, it's not easy and it's heavy, and feel very much in your rights to pray for that to be eased, because that's how it's supposed to be if God's getting His way. All right, I'll finish it there. But if you're going through anything, I'll honestly sympathise. You're not the only one, and God bless you. Bye for now.